Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What up? This is Shan, and this is Cozy Womb Podcast. This is Ari. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, Anya.
Hi.
What up? What up? This is Cozy Womb, episode 55. Today, we're going to talk about angel friends without kids. Now, yes, I do have kids, but we're talking about my angel friends without kids because they're a godsend, okay? Usually, the friends that I have that do not have kids want to be around my kids. And that always works in my favor. And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about how to find you some, okay? If you're lacking. Because I'm not lacking. And I appreciate the ones I have in my life. Okay. All right. So, my angel friends come in all different shapes, forms, and colors. I have friends that I've had for the last 10 plus years who love to help me out and be around my kids. That'll take my kids. I have friends that I've had for the last 4.5 years through work who I've created relationships with who love to be around my kids. And when I say love to be around my kids, meaning, call me up, be like, hey, what Anya got planned this weekend? She's a 4-year-old. What she got planned? She ain't got nothing planned but soup, snacks, okay, in bed. She ain't got nothing planned. Okay, can I have her this weekend? What? You want to have one of my kids? Yes, you can have one of my kids. I have no problem with you having one of my kids, okay? Because having Anya and Ari at the same time, listen, you got to be a vet in this skill thing because Anya, the 4-year-old, is not the problem. Ari, that 1-year-old, she can be a problematic if you don't really know her kinks. But I have friends that are comfortable, both of them, and I have friends that are comfortable with one at a time. So, having friends without kids, it's possible as long as they're responsible, you trust them, and they have a good relationship with your kids when you're around or when you're not around. And I have a close friend who, anytime I move, she gonna know. Any location that I am with the girls that I like, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a pin in it and send it to her. So if she's watching the girls, she'll know where to take them. She also, I did give her a key to my house, my new house. So if she wants to come, whenever she wants to come, cool, come. Right now, as we speak, I already dropped my 4-year-old off at school. I'm on my way to work, and she is in my house asleep because she just wanted to stay over last night. I have no problem with her staying over. She's going to work today. She's going to lock my door. Why? Because she has a key. So, there's a trust factor there when you have friends who do not have kids to be around, your children. And she already had a lot of experience prior being around other children, so I was comfortable. When you go to her house, she does not have kids. But when you go to her house, you will find toys about in her house because that's how much she'll have kids around her to that extent where she'll have toys at her house. And I'm cool with that. That even makes me feel more comfortable. I have friends in New York who come to visit me who love my kids. I send them pictures. We FaceTime. They FaceTime. Anya will FaceTime my friends in New York while I'm asleep on my iPad. Like, that's her thing. Like, they have their own relationships with my friends. And I love that. I think that's a good value. Do my kids have godparents? No, not necessarily. But if I pass away, there's no doubt in my mind that somebody's going to scoop them things up. You know what I'm saying? Because there is such, a bond in a relationship with the friends that I have where it's sometimes better than having family to a certain extent. And I appreciate it with all my heart because you just never know what's going to happen. You never know what help you may need. And to have multiple friends who may not have kids that's willing to help you when it comes to your children, man, like, the last 2 months with everything going on, like, my friends, man, like, my friends, I appreciate so much. Even my mom, my mom had 5 of us, and I asked my mom, I was like, yo, can you come up to Atlanta for like a month to help me so I don't have to second guess these kids while I work until I figure this out. She was like, yeah. What? Like, would your mom drop everything and do that for like a month? And be in your space? Doing things how you do it for the sake of like her grandchildren for a month? I don't know a lot of parents that'll do that for their kids who have kids. But I appreciate my mother to that extent. Like, my mom is the truest form of a grandmother that you can ever have, and I appreciate her. And my friends are the truest forms of what friends do, and I appreciate them, and they just don't know how much it counts when you need help and they don't ask and they just show up. Like, that's so important. And if you don't have friends that'll show up for you, especially when you have kids, it's kind of like, what are you here for? What are you here for? Because there's no doubt in my mind, if my friends who do not have children right now needed my help, I'm going to help them because that's the right thing to do. Like, if your closest friends are in a shitty place, you should be in a shitty place in your mind too. You should be uncomfortable until they're comfortable. Like, that's some real shit. And a lot of people out here like to say that friendship when it's convenient, but not come through when they're supposed to come through. So, the angel friends without kids, shout outs to you. Thank you for those calls. Even the calls help. Like, they be like, oh, I know it's hard. Girl. You know what I'm saying? Even like my male friends. I have male friends that I've had for over like 10 years. Call me and check it on me. Is there anything you need? Do you need help with the girls? Let me know. And it got to a point where I did have to let them know. And they came through with what help I needed, and I appreciate them. They have no obligation to me. I appreciate them. There was no gain for them in the end of doing anything they do when it comes to me and my kids. But they do that. And that's commendable. That's, like, I appreciate it, and I feel like everyone needs friends like that. If you have kids, you need friends who genuinely want to see you doing good, who genuinely care about your children too. Because you can't raise children successfully all by yourself. That shit is impossible, okay? That shit is impossible because you're going to have days that are really good. You're going to have days that are not perfect. You're going to have days where you fall short on something. You're going to have days where you just need a break. And when you have good friends, they come through, okay? Sometimes two parents can't only do it. Sometimes grandparents and the parents can't only do it. Sometimes you gotta have like that other call log ready. And I don't know what I've done in my life to have the people I have in my life, especially when it comes to my kids. But I appreciate it so much. I don't know how many thank yous I can say. I don't know how many like good deeds I can do for the people who come through for me and them. I just don't know. And I hope I can, do something nice to measure up to how they make me feel. the comfort they give me. And a lot of people need to understand that yes, your friends can do good things for you, but at the same time, be a friend back. You know what I'm saying? Give good advice. You know, be an ear. Do what you can do when you can help, because that shit has to be constantly reciprocated. Meaning it's a give and take thing with every relationship. Not just the relationship that you boot up in, not just your parents. Like, every relationship is a give and take thing, and that's how you keep that shit healthy. That's the shit that you gotta do, and you gotta be willing to do it. And if you're not willing to do it, then you're just not gonna be a good friend, and you're gonna look around in your life and not have those friends there that'll be there for you. And it kind of has to make you question yourself, like, why aren't they around? So just be good people out here. And if you are one of those good people, one of those angel friends that don't have kids, thank you. Like, I don't know how many thank yous I can say, but thank you. Angel friends who do not have kids. My G, thank you. My name is Shan, and I'm out. Deuces.